Wake up, buy here, pay here people. It's a beautiful day. Go grab yourself another cup of joe and say hello to Jim and Michelle Rhodes on the Buy Here, Pay Here Morning Show. Take it away, you two.
Hey,
good
welcome.
morning. Happy Friday.
Yeah, indeed, Friday. Looking a little blustery outside in Utah today.
Felt like I was taking away your thunder with Happy Friday.
Oh.
Like what?
Well, because we said
Happy Friday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it is blustery outside. Didn't do coffee outside on the patio. We watched our fallback is usually a YouTube channel of some AI created scene that has jazz music. And
so our mornings are spent critiquing the AI slides.
They get good. They get really
They're
really
good, but we find little things.
Yeah, today's selected slide was like kind of rainforesty in a room, a family room. It had lots of windows and a big one of those old fashioned fire pit things inside where it has
like a stove.
Where it has the dome and it's just this round thing. And I was like, do people really use those anymore?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But I don't think that's the topic of today's podcast.
That's not the topic of today's podcast.
We digress.
We do. What other announcements?
Just reminders again about Brett Carmichael's appearance next Friday.
Yes.
That should be next week.
Tommy will be on the show next Wednesday.
Okay.
There's a scheduling conflict, so we're going to be talking to him on Monday and then pre-recording the podcast. So,
good.
Yeah. So he'll be there. It just won't be live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, fair enough.
Right. And then a reminder that the week after that Brent appears on Friday, he's got his Collect the Cash Not the Car in Texas. So those of you who haven't signed up for that, we want to get in there. Send your people. I mean, that's a really great day.
He's been doing that for a decade or more, and it's just a really popular. He's done a lot of that with Texas,
right?
But it's a really popular course. I look forward to the day when they can put that online for people to pay to view the thing online.
Sure.
Because that would be, that everyone has a chance to
of course
experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So shall we get to our thing?
Yes.
Okay. So our topic for today is kind of a hats off, a white hat tip of the week, if you will, or tip of the hat, I should say. Yeah, was the title of the podcast. And so we're tipping our hat to BHPH United today after seeing the images come out of that event, which, by the way, as a total aside, I haven't even shown you all the photos I got from people who were sending pictures of V8 members. Hey, I found my fellow V8 member.
And
right.
Yeah. We did get one from Candace and Nick, who are our first honorary white hat dealers.
Candace sent that
over.
over.
I still need to do certification course.
Yeah.
And that just warmed my heart.
Yeah.
They, I love the virtual track.
Yeah.
I really do. I also love when they can all get in the same room and it's just like, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's, and some of your V8 groups, it's like, this is, I think, the first time that some of these have ever met each other personally. And there were a lot of dealers there that were from V8.
Shout out to Chris Pollock out of Tennessee. He was the one who went and kind of tracked people down and sent us all the selfies.
Chris.
So thanks, Chris. Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Good stuff.
So there was a piece of that though that I'm deeply in alignment with White Hat Way in the kindness and in the kindness and community and compassion and all of that. And those of you who we speak about Amanda all the time. Amanda Sanchez is Butler-Sanchez in their accounting firm, and they're one of the few in our industry that are like, they are buy here, pay here.
Right.
And those of you, dealers out there listening, most of your hometown accountants do not understand buy here, pay here.
Right.
They just don't. And so there are very few, and she is one of those that's out there that understands it deeply. And so she's been such a pillar of information around accounting, and there are a couple of other firms as well, but And she's just freaking fun.
She's one
too.
of a kind, for
She's
sure.
one.
Right. And,
Amanda, I don't know if you're listening today, but
we hope
shout
so
out.
later.
She had she actually reached out to me a few weeks back and said, "Hey, got a thing going on,
Mm-hmm.
and I just wanted to let you know
Mm-hmm.
what was happening." And so I asked if it was okay if I talked to Jim about it, and it's now very public. Amanda was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it was a pretty aggressive form. And so she created this page, Amanda's Trip Down Memory Lane.
Clever.
It really is. Anyone who wants to reach out to us, and if you want to be a part of that, because she is talking about every single step of the way of this, and like her education, because her best friend started dealing with this year or so ago. Yeah. And so they came from the same town, and so it's the same breast cancer. And they are, that's like a whole nother thing, because they believe it's also an environmental thing.
Oh, wow.
But so she's just like out there pouring out information, and there is a flood of pouring in from the people that know and love her of support. And there was something that happened at Buy Your Pay Your United. That
and
amazing.
I think it's just another testament to kind of the contributions that Amanda has made and how widely she's loved and respected. So I think so I see the thing coming in for page name, all his idea. Oh, clever. Oh, the Memory Lane thing that was Jimmy Rambo.
Oh, Jimmy. Yeah. I love Jimmy.
Well done, Jimmy.
Well done.
Yeah. So let's go to the BHPH United thing. So we saw on social media that BHPH United socialized that there was a photo of the slide on the stage.
With all of the founders up on the stage.
And the QR code where people could contribute. And this went to the MD Anderson Cancer
I don't believe that it's going to Amanda, but it's going to the cancer center that she is working with.
That's what it says. And when you hit the QR code, that's where you kind of
land. And so what a beautiful, like, how do we support, and how do we help people be aware? And how do we support a friend? Because I know now, Buy Your Pay United, it's a conference that's done annually specifically around Buy Here, Pay Here. So those of you who are not familiar with it, I think you can go to buyyourpayyourunited.com, whatever. And so they do this annually in Vegas if you need a vacation. And that Amanda has been a very good friend to most of the founders.
Of course.
And so
I think she's friends to most everybody across the industry.
Is.
Right? I mean, she knows no enemies. And so I think it's basically but because of the timing of the event and the timing of that announcement, then, BHPH United, and I would love to hear kind of, how that came about, but we could see that BHPH United chose to come forward with this fundraiser opportunity. And so it just featured Amanda. And I think the part that is the white hat element that's so interesting, first of all, obviously BHPH United did a white hat thing by just stepping out and making that happen.
Yeah.
And then
that's
dealers.
That's supporting community. It's just beautiful.
And the dealers stepped up and I'm sure others, right? I'm sure there were vendors and other people, affiliates in the audience who contributed, but primarily these are used car dealers in the audience who are Buy Here, Pay Here dealers, and they contributed to the tune of almost $20,000. That was the last number I saw. It could be more than that now, but it's like that was $20,000 that's going to the MD Anderson Cancer Center because of this effort to put together this campaign. And so, shout out to them. Tip of the hat.
Absolutely. I would love to learn who, and I was thinking about this morning, and I thought there are people in Buy Here, Pay Here United. Brett Buick is the one I think of that has already been actively involved in causes, in helping those that need help, because again, this is going to the clinic to help others, to help the clinic to help others. And so it just my first thought was it would be interesting to know, like, there already is that culture
Mhm.
and of that kind of a cause,
Sure.
a community thing, a awareness thing,
Sure.
that kind of thing. So I really appreciated that. I really, really, really appreciated the energy around kindness.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and just compassion and empathy, which are kind of anchors of the White Hat Way approach to
Mhm.
business and humaning and just kind of customer relations and all the things. It's like when you bring a degree of empathy and you can, bring your heart to the thing and recognize that there are things that can be done in support of others.
Yeah.
So just, the genuine desire to help your neighbors, right? And so this is part of what White Hat Way is all about. And so this is a nice opportunity. It's one of the things we enjoy doing at White Hat Way is to be able to shine a light, cast a spotlight on people who are doing things that we view to be, white hat sort of activities and gestures and efforts and all those kind of things. So
I look at it and I go like, what can we learn individually as individuals and also business owners?
Yeah.
And there is, when we talk frequently about community service. This is a community service.
Yeah.
This is a community service, and it's like, what a great, thank you. Sorry. And what a great example of, this is not something that is lining the pockets of Buy Here, Pay Here United.
Right.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a PR stunt.
Right.
It is genuine kindness and support for a member of their community.
Right.
And so I'm like, what can we learn from that individually and as, business about what it means to bring people together for a beautiful purpose.
Right.
And a beautiful purpose is to lift others. And this money is going to help lift others.
Absolutely.
that wouldn't have been lifted otherwise. And that things like that really anchor in with those that are part of that community of caring. It's like, I see caring.
Right.
And that is a known, liked, and trusted thing.
Yeah. And I would say, kind of also in the white hat context, it's like one of the things that I try to talk about, and we don't get there often enough. And of course I have to learn to get better at managing my own emotions around this stuff. But one of the things that I enjoy
I'm
doing.
not doing very well.
You got stuff. But it's like, I think I enjoy bringing topics and having conversations with dealers in particular that are about more than Buy Here, Pay Here. It's more than business. That's
the thing with our partnership is, I do systems and organizing stuff, but that's my driver more than anything. Because it's just like, how can we be better humans and help others? And and get out of our own way of making this world a better place.
Yeah.
And this was awesome.
Yeah, for sure. So there's a lot of fun stuff that's happening. And I'm going to just put a quick mention in. It's something that had been talked about before we learned about this BHPH United thing. But at White Hat Way, we made the decision weeks ago.
And I told Amanda about this. So what you're about ready to say.
We made the decision weeks ago to adopt the Butler-Sanchez chart of accounts for White Hat Way. There's some stuff we're working on that's going to kind of tie banking and accounting and a lot of stuff. So
why? Why did we decide? Because this is something that we've talked about for a very long time.
Yeah.
Why did we decide, around like a chart of accounts
because obviously Amanda and those guys, they live in it, right? So theirs is going to be the closest, and we're aimed at Buy Here, Pay Here. So it obviously was a natural thing to do. And Amanda had come forward probably 3 years or so ago. I'm not good with chronology, but some time ago she came with this chart of accounts that they were releasing.
And they were trying to get their dealers to standardize in that because we all know this industry is in sore need of some standardization.
Yeah. And so what I could just say about as it relates to Amanda and Hugo is that as we adopt that chart of accounts, we're going to say that it's Butler-Sanchez chart of accounts adopted by White Hat Way. So it's going to bear their name. It's like they created it.
Yeah.
And so now we're going to sort of try to marry all the work that we're doing on the data side through that track. And so we've just adopted their chart of accounts. And I think it's just an example of all the things that Amanda and Hugo do for the benefit of the industry.
And that's the thing is Amanda is also a very good example of White Hat Way principles in that she is she is doing the work to help dealers, accountants, all of that know the things that they need to know so that they can make better decisions.
Yeah. And Hugo's doing it too. He's just not as out there, on the stuff. So Hugo obviously contributes in many, many ways, but I think this is just something that it was just a thought that kind of ties it all together for me. It's like we recognize the contributions and we're grateful and we support, and we're just, I think for today it was mostly about just shining a light on what BHPH United did.
Absolutely. And the dealers and others, vendors, all that have contributed to that, because that's Amanda, it has to just really feel good.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
And so to the principals at BHPH United, the partners, good on you.
Oh my gosh,
to the dealers who reached into their pocket, good on you.
And the vendors who reached into their pocket, good on you. Because I bet you there were many a vendor that were not at Buy Here Pay Here United that were contributing funds.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. So that was kind of it for our Friday. I think I've got a lot of work to do before the weekend.
There really is. And just love. Do you know, and we can add, I know that if you're in success, that there's the a lot of the members and founders and all of that of Buy Here Pay Here United have been posting this QR code and all of that. So if you're on Success, you've probably seen it. So if I'm pretty sure it's.
I shared on our post in Success. It's pretty fuzzy. The kind of mine was a screen grab, but it works. It still gets.
So the point is I believe that it's still open.
Oh yeah.
So so if you feel inspired, if your family or you feel a personal touch, that breast cancer has touched your family, this is a really great way of just lifting others that are going through that, because you can't know unless you've been there around a lot of these kind of medical things that happen.
And I don't think you have to experience it to empathize. And so in other words, a lot of people are stepping forward, they empathize, have compassion for the situation, and are doing what they can to help without ever having directly experienced the thing. It's just you can empathize with what someone else is going through.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as I know with Brett
Buick.
Thank you. That the work that he does is around a very personal experience with family. So Amanda piped in, thank you guys. A huge thanks to my big brothers at Buy Here Pay Here United and everyone who contributed. I feel love for sure.
Yeah, good.
So we love you.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, appreciate everything you do, and glad to see BHP United, kind of rallying to support one of their own.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for
Let's get on to the rest of our Friday. But thanks, folks, for tuning in. Don't forget, we got Tommy Brandis next Wednesday, Brent Carmichael on Friday. And
hey, everybody. Wednesday.
Thanks.